Hi guys, Penny Rose Journals. Just a quick one. Today I was making some stuff and I thought I would just show it to you and show you how I do it. I often make these. I guess they could be called writing prompts if you like. Just little weird things to stick in a journal. I can look normal if they wish me to do so. Fate, it seemed, was increasingly aware of me. Yeah. I just cut words out of books and stick them to pieces of paper in odd-bod sentences that really, for no reason, and stick them in journals as writing prompts. Sometimes I'll make a writing prompt journal for somebody if they're interested. So yeah, as you can see, I've got a lot of them. I enjoy doing this when I'm not feeling up to doing anything else, basically. If my mojo is a bit lacking, if I'm not really sure what I want to do, if I just want to sit down and do something without having to, worry that it's perfect, yeah, this is a cool little job. You can see I've got none in here at the moment, but another thing I like to do is stick them on contrasting pictures. And as long as the pictures are, fairly dark or in contrast to the papers, depending on what you're using. This one is not. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but it was an interesting picture. I'm actually cutting apart, as you can see here. This is my current glue book. It's an encyclopedia, an old science encyclopedia. So I'm cutting that apart. So there's some interesting pictures. I mean, you look at this thing, like, I don't even know what that is. I cut it out of the page and didn't bother to read what it was, but it's going to be super interesting with something written on it. So weird little sciencey things and tools and I don't know what that was, some sort of, I guess it was an eclipse or something. Places, again with the sciencey things, and again with some sort of machinery. So yeah, as long as there's plenty of contrast, I like to stick my words on these, and then you've got something to look at, something to read, something to just get you thinking and wondering, like, why is this here? Maybe there's a little story I can make up in my head about it. Maybe it's got something to do with the previous owner of this journal. I don't know. It's, yeah, that's the sort of thing I like to do. So at the moment I'm using this book that I have pages out of here. I like it because the words are huge. It's just a large print book. So yeah, that was quite a sort of interesting sort of subject matter as well, and written quite nicely, and yeah, it's just a good book for this. Mainly because of the big font. As I'm cutting it apart, I can take out any words I don't want, so that's not an issue. Now this is my little folder of words that I've already started cutting apart. Some little quotes there from somebody. Yeah, so this is what I'm working with. I don't know if it's better to have more things out or less things out when you're doing this, to be quite honest. It's hard to get a feel for what you want in a sentence and then hunt around and find the words if you've got tiny little pieces like this. I mean, it's great to use big pages, but then you end up hacking up a whole book and you've got 58 of these and you've got to worry about trying to use it all. So I do try and use it as I go. That's why I've only got several pages out of the book. The rest of the book is over on my shelf. And when I get to the point where I can't find anything else that speaks to me, I will get some more pages out. But I don't want to have the whole book here, else I will cut apart the whole book. And that is not quite what I'm after doing. I don't really want those words out, so grab these ones out because they're easy to grab out. And we'll grab some of the little ones because, well, you know, they're already hacked apart. Let's see what we can use. So I don't know how this is going to go. I didn't choose any words to start with. I hadn't formed any sentences. I was just planning on doing this. I'd been doing it last night and this morning, just on the brown paper ones you see here. And last night's were on a piece of coffee dyed paper, but I decided to use the pictures out of my encyclopedia here today. So yeah, anyway, that's basically it. I mean, you don't really need me to show you how, but you know, the things I make, the little phrases I make tend to be kind of dark, I guess. It's just how I am. It's just what speaks to me. So yeah, it's actually hard to talk and do this at the same time because I have to think what sounds good. So yeah, what I might do is put you on pause, pick out some sentences, then I can glue them to this and you can see how I do it. I mean, it's not rocket science. I take the words, I put a bit of glue stick on the back, I stick them down. But what I will do is pull out a few things, I will stick a few down, I'll keep one to stick down with you guys, and then I'll show you what I've done. That's probably the easiest way. That way you're not sitting here looking at me, looking at little bits of paper going, I can't think and talk at the same time. So, and this is why I don't have conversations with people. I'll see you shortly. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, I have done a few, and here they are. Just a few little ones. And here is one that I have chosen words for but have not stuck down. So this is how I stick it down. It's, like I said, not rocket science. I just like to run it across the top of my glue stick. I find it's an easier way of sort of getting glue on the bits of paper. Of course, it helps if you have all the words in the right place. And now we have the little phrase, is the mighty river in competition with the forest? Of course, it makes no sense, and that is how I like it. It is just supposed to be there to get you thinking. A bit thought-provoking, even if the thought is, what sort of idiot did this? What the hell does this mean? It doesn't mean anything. That's the whole point to it. I like them, they amuse me. So I have fascinating branches of knowledge to be explored. Was I doomed to lifelong blindness? Above the swirling waters I observed the wolf packs. The crumbling bones of a human skeleton appeared. I took my last look at my home, my heart crumbling. Confronted by blindness with eyes closed, scarred and feeling raw. And we found ourselves at a distance away from the village. So there you go. They're the ones I managed to put together while I was off camera. Like I say, mine tend to be a little dark. You can definitely make them a bit more cheerful than that. It's just the way my mind works. I'm not really sure why. So anyway, I will pop those in with my others. This one's still not quite finished sticking, so I'll stick that back there. And yeah, I will just stick them throughout the journal, wherever the fancy grabs me, basically, so that there's just something a little different to catch up with and read and look at and ponder. So yeah, I've still got these few pictures to do, and I'm probably going to cut some more out of these pages here. There's quite a few pages, don't mind me just dumping my rubbish. I have a box of scrap paper next to my desk, and I throw all my paper offcuts in there, and if they don't get used they get made into handmade paper eventually. So anyway, that's that. Just quickly, in case you're wondering, this little folio thing is made out of an old record cover and page protectors. So yeah, that's what I made that out of. Basically all I did was cut a record cover in half. So this would be your record cover. I cut half of it off. It's the size I like for my little folios, and then I cut little pages and sewed them in. So out of just the plastic page protectors that you keep in files. So yeah, and then they get sewed down the middle, and I decorate it up, and I have about 20 of these with various bits and pieces in them. Yeah, I have a lot of records. It was something I could do with the record covers. I was actually doing a lot of paint pours on the records, so yeah, I was using the records and I needed to find something to do with the record covers, and this is just super handy. So there you go. That's how I keep my bits of loose words and pages and stuff organized, well, contained more than organized. So yeah, I will do a few more of these myself because I enjoy doing them, so I'm probably going to sit here and do these for the rest of the day, and I'll leave you guys to it. I hope you had a fun time. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you something to think about, something you might do. Like I say, you can always make them more cheerful. You don't have to be a dark little misery guts like me. I'm sure you can find bright, cheery, happy, inspiring things to say. So alright, thanks very much for coming along with me today. I enjoyed being here with you, and I will see you again next time. Bye.